this on Facebook several weeks ago, and I think it is worth repeating. It's entitled Lesson in History. I talked to a man today. An 80-plus-year-old man. I asked him if there was anything I could get him while the coronavirus scare was gripping America. He simply smiled, looked away, and said, "Let me tell you what I need. I need to believe at some point this country my generation fought for. I need to believe this nation we handed safely to our children and their children. I need to know this generation will quit being a bunch of sissies, that they respect what they've been given, that they've earned what others sacrificed for." I wasn't sure where the conversation was going, or if it was going anywhere at all, so I sat there quietly observing. You know, I was a little boy during World War II. Those were scary days. We didn't know if we were going to be speaking English, German, or Japanese at the end of the war. There was no certainty, no guarantees like Americans enjoyed today. And no home went without sacrifice or loss. Every home, up and down every street, had someone in harm's way. Maybe their dad was a soldier. Maybe their son was a sailor. Maybe it was an uncle. Sometimes it was the whole damn family, fathers, sons, and uncles. Having someone you love sent off to war, it wasn't less frightening than it is today. It was scary as hell. If anything, it was more frightening. We didn't have battlefront news. We didn't have emails or cell phones. You sent them away and you hoped. You prayed. You may not hear from them for months, if ever. Sometimes a mother was getting her son's letters the same day Dad was comforting her over the child's death. And we sacrificed. You couldn't buy things. Everything was rationed. You were only allowed so much milk per month, only so much bread, toilet paper. Everything was restricted for the war effort. And what you weren't using, what you didn't need, things you threw away, they were saved and sorted for the war effort. My generation was the original recycling movement in America. And we had viruses back then, serious viruses, things like polio and measles and such. It was nothing to walk to school and pass a house or two that was quarantined. We didn't shut down our schools. We didn't shut down our cities. We carried on without masks, without hand sanitizers. And do you know what? We preserved. We overcame. We didn't attack our president. We came together. We rallied around the flag for the war. Thick or thin, we were in it to win it. And we would lose more boys in an hour of combat than we lose in entire wars today. He slowly looked away again. Maybe I saw a small tear in the corner of his eye. Then he continued, "Today's kids don't know sacrifice. They think a sacrifice is not having coverage on their phone while they freely drive across the country. Today's kids are selfish and spoiled. In my generation, we looked out for our elders. We helped out with single moms whose husbands were either at war or dead from war. Today's kids rush the store buying everything they can. No concern for anyone but themselves. It's shameful the way Americans behave these days. None of them deserve the sacrifices their granddads made." So no, I don't need anything. I appreciate your offer, but I know I've been through worse things than this virus. But maybe I should be asking you, what can I do to help you? Do you have enough pop to get through this? Enough steak? Will you be able to survive with 113 channels on your TV? I smiled, fighting back a tear of my own, now humbled by a man in his 80s. All I could do was thank him for the history lesson, leave my number for emergency, and leave with my ego firmly tucked in my rear. I talked to a man today, a real man, an American man from an era long gone and forgotten. We will never understand the sacrifices. We will never fully earn their sacrifices. But we should work harder to learn about them, from them, to respect them. That, my friends, is an excellent opinion and history of what our parents and our grandparents endured in a war that took 450,000 American lives in 4 years.